What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this being my Hot Topics and Social Commentary live 8 p.m. Thursday night show. I'm so glad that you guys have decided to spend your 8 o'clock hour with yours truly, as well as my co-panelists as they will come in shortly. I see Dustin in the comments. Hey, Dustin, we'll get to your comments as soon as Genesita gets into the room. But I see you in there, Dustin. Thank you so much for being here. Love you, my good friend. A couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. Takes less than a second to mash that thing, so go ahead and mash it for it, brother. Also, be sure to leave this video a thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. It also helps with the algorithm, gets my videos out there for the masses to see, for more people to see. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your various thoughts on the topics that we'll be discussing on tonight. Excuse me. Also, be sure to press notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets, y'all. So before Jennifer and I'm not sure if Bianca's going to join us tonight, but before they get in here, I do want to touch on a couple things. It is almost November 1st. I believe November 1st is Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me check my calendar. Yeah, November 1st is Saturday, and that's when the SNAP benefits will run out. I know that the Senate, although the Senate or House of Representatives, whoever comes to make those decisions, are currently, with the government being shut down, they're not in session, but they are discussing possibly extending the SNAP benefits. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. And it's so tiring to hear the Republicans keep on trying to push the narrative that the shutdown is the Democrats' fault. There's two ways to look at that, because the reason why the reason why the government is shut down because Democrats are refusing to vote on a bill that will do something about that will strip away medical insurance for millions of Americans. And what Republicans are trying to say is that Democrats want, quote, illegal aliens or immigrants or people who are not citizens of this country to be able to receive the benefits of that health care. And the fact is, those people cannot have that health care. It's Obamacare that we're talking about. And so, that's not the thing. And it's so interesting to me how many Trump voters will be actually affected by this, because for those of you who do not know, it's actually those who are Caucasian who are the greatest recipients of welfare and food stamps and things of that nature. And so all of those people that voted for Trump, and I think that's the main reason why the Republicans are trying to say that it's the Democrats' fault that the government is shut down. Is it their fault? You can say yes or no. Technically, I would say yes, because they're not agreeing to this bill, but they're not agreeing to this bill because it will strip away medical health care benefits for millions of Americans. So are they the reason? Sure. But the reason is they're trying to protect Americans' health care. And we're almost going on a month with this shutdown. And they're saying that this could be, I think I saw on The View earlier today, we're 4 days away from this being the longest shutdown in American history. So I hope they're able to figure things out. Also, House Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to swear in the newly elected representative from Arizona. He's saying that the reason why he hasn't sworn her in is because, the government is currently shut down. But, back in, I think, February, he swore in two Republican House of Representatives while they were on a break. I think they were in recess or something of that nature. And so it's really, really weird what is going on in America right now. And I just recently began praying for our president, praying for our government, praying for the senators, praying for, everyone. I see Miss Kim in the comments. Hey, Miss Kim, thank you so much for being here, my love. I did send you a voice message through text message, Ms. Kim, so check that out whenever you get the chance. And once again, once Jennifer gets here, we will be reading all of your comments as they come in, okay? But yeah, I'm just so tired of this shutdown. And I don't know because I know why Democrats are not agreeing to this, to this healthcare thing that the Republicans are trying to pass. I understand why, because they want people to be able to keep their benefits. And it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. So everyone, please be out there praying for all of our fellow Americans, all of our elected officials, everyone who's involved in the government process. And we have Bianca in the building. Hey, Bianca, what's going on, boo?
Hey, Jonathan, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that there's not a delay, because I don't want all the technical issues that we had last week jumping up again. But hopefully, we'll be okay for tonight. But I was talking about the government shutdown and the fact that, I think Whoopi Goldberg on The View said we're 4 days away from it being the longest shutdown in American history. And, of course, Republicans are trying to say that Democrats are the reason why the government is shut down. And to a certain extent, that is true, but that's because they do not agree with the policies that they're trying to pass to strip Medicare or healthcare away from millions of Americans. So that's the reason why they won't agree to that. That's the reason why the government is shut down. And, on November 1st, SNAP benefits are going away from millions of Americans. And I can only assume that a good majority of those millions of Americans that will be losing their SNAP benefits are Trump voters. And I think that's the main reason why the Republicans are doing their best to try to push the narrative that it is the Democrats' fault that we are currently in a government shutdown. And what are your thoughts on the whole shutdown? Do you see any end in sight? Because I literally don't see any end in sight. I know we'll be able to get back to the business at hand eventually, but do you see any type of conclusion or anything positive to come out of this?
Now, I want to touch on what you just said. I didn't think about that. They are trying to shift the narrative because they know that the masses that it will eventually affect is those that voted for them. So I never thought about
Right.
that. I did not
Yeah.
think about that. Also, that was a great point. Um, I don't know. This one is a little bit different because I know last time they gave back pay for
Okay.
the
Yeah.
last shutdown went between during the time that they were getting paid when they started back working and the shutdown was complete, they gave back pay. Well, I
Okay.
found out yesterday that one of my residents told me that they could not take off of work and they couldn't take off of work for any reason at all and that they weren't getting
Hmm.
back either. So
Wow.
it's like the fact that when they do start back working and getting paid for it, they won't get that back pay, but they have all these bills on the back burner that they have to catch up on, but they can't use their back pay to just go ahead and pay off what they are, what they usually would pay. And that's driving me insane. So I don't know how this one is going to go. I really can't call the end game on this one.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy to me, and it's sad to me that these politicians will allow millions of people to go hungry. And I think Jennifer mentioned it on Monday that Walmart gets a great deal of those SNAP benefits monies. Like they get a whole lot of that money because a lot of people want to get the cheapest thing that they can buy with the money that they have or that they're given, and so it's just crazy. It's crazy to me. But I told the viewers this before you came on. I only recently truly started praying for our president because you got to pray for him, y'all. I mean, whether you like him or not, like you have to
Mhm.
pray for the man, because I'm praying for him to do better. And I'm praying for him to do what he has promised to his constituents, which he has done none of that. He said the prices were going to go down. Prices haven't done nothing but go straight up. And so it's like it's like we don't know what to do. And when you don't know what to do, you just pray. And so that's what we have to do. We just have to pray, you guys, and hoping that things get better. Also, I wanted to mention that Hurricane Melissa is ravaging Jamaica. Now, Jennifer sent me a TikTok of this, I guess this large KFC in Jamaica that was still standing. Praise God, I guess, for that. people can still get their chicken, if they want to get it in this terrible hurricane time. But that hurricane is huge. I mean, it's taken up a whole lot of the Gulf of Mexico. Now, thankfully, it won't make landfall in America. It's going to go up towards England or wherever the case may be. It's going to go west. So thankfully, that's cool. But we haven't heard of any fatalities or tragedies as far as people dying in Jamaica due to the hurricane. So I guess that's good. I don't know if that's because they haven't started counting or whatever the case might be. But I just hope that everyone who lives in that island, and I cannot imagine living on an island when a hurricane comes, because I'm assuming that, you can't get a plane ticket because I'm sure the airport is probably closed because of the storm. And so I would just hope that those people are able to get to safety as soon as they can, so that we can all be good. And Bianca, I'm not sure if you sent me. I think it was you that sent me this. R&B singer Sammy has been arrested and charged with cruelty to children and battery. Now, a little while ago, Sammy had this cryptic message. Concerning him possibly wanting to take his life. And it seems like things were going downhill. To be honest, when I looked at that mugshot, I did not recognize Sammy at all. Not to say that, I would be able to pick out Sammy out of a lineup or anything like that. Not like I know his face that well, but to see that mugshot, like it was kind of jarring to me. But I can only hope that he is okay. I hope that the child in question is okay. Hopefully nothing bad has happened. Well, clearly something bad has happened if he's being arrested for something that he did to a child. But I hope whatever happened is resolved, and everything turns out to be okay with that. So, Bianca, I'm not sure if you sent that to me, but what was your reaction to seeing that he had been arrested for child cruelty and battery?
So for start, can we go back really quick to
Yes.
Jamaica? Did you see that Ineka was stuck out there?
Who?
Ineka from
Who's that?
Housewives of Potomac.
Oh, Neck. I had no idea.
She did a video when she went out there to visit family or something like that, and they canceled their flight 2 days. They stopped all flights.
Wow.
Jamaica stopped all flights coming in or out 2 days prior to the hurricane coming. So she did a video in the middle of the hurricane, and she
Oh,
was like,
wow.
understand. So she got stuck out there too, and she actually was on the balcony, so you could see everything that was going on. So it was a little bit bad, but as it goes for Mr. Sammy,
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's a good look for him. I've already seen all the TikToks where people were like, they aren't streaming his music no more. They're not gonna play it. They are upset with him, which I can understand if this is what you have going on. You're doing these things to women allegedly, because we don't know yet. He just got arrested for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't charged. But if this is what he's out here doing, then let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hope that there is justice in that case. If Sammy is guilty, then he does need to be held accountable for his actions. There's no excuse for being cruel to children or battering anyone. And once again, you guys in the comments, we'll get to the comments as soon as Jennifer gets here, because I don't want Bianca to read them and then Jennifer get in here and start rolling off comments like we didn't read them already. So please be patient with us while we're waiting on Jennifer to get into the room. I also saw a little bit earlier on Instagram. I'm not sure if this is actually true, so I'm just going to say allegedly Offset is hit with over $2.3 million in unpaid taxes. And when we were discussing Cardi B and Offset's divorce, Jennifer, I think, had mentioned, I don't know if it was you or Jennifer, Bianca, but Jennifer had mentioned that, Cardi B, he wanted Cardi B to pay his tax bill. And I was like, I guess that kind of makes sense, especially if he ain't got the money to pay it. But like I know y'all got on you, Jennifer, Bianca. I know you and Jennifer got on me for being a little soft on Offset when we talked about him about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Me saying that it seems like he's taking accountability for his actions, and it seems like he's trying to be better, trying to do better. So when I saw that post, I did feel just a little bit bad for him, just a teeny tiny bit bad for him, but. Hey, hopefully he gets his shit together. Hopefully he gets his shit together because just like Luther, I think Luther and Set It Off said, there's 3 people I don't play with: the I, the aura, and the S. Okay, that you don't play with IRS, honey. Okay, I was watching
every time.
Okay, I was watching. I don't know if y'all watch Lena Waithe's Legacies Talk, but she talks to legends on her show. I love that show. Last week I watched her segment with Felicia Rashad, and that just amazed me because I'd seen interviews of Felicia Rashad before, but just to watch her for about an hour and a half just speak on her career and things of that nature, it was so beautiful for me to see. And so earlier today I was watching Lena Waithe's segment with Vivica A. Fox, and when she was talking about Set It Off. Set It Off is like, first of all, it took me, I don't think I saw Set It Off for the first time until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, possibly. When I was growing up, I really wasn't into the shoot 'em up, kill 'em up as I shouldn't say the K word, but shoot 'em up, take their life up type movies when I was younger. So I really wasn't privy to what Set It Off was all about. But when I did watch it, I just love Luther on that movie. First of all, telling Cleo, who the F you supposed to be? Mighty Morphin fucking Power Ranger? And then when he told him to all get back to work, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, that just tickled the hell out of me. Like, it was hilarious. Like, hilarious, girl. The Set It Off is a gem. Like, such a good movie. Such a good movie. And we see Jennifer has made it into the building. What's going on, Genesita?
As soon as Genesita comes in, Bianca leaves the building.
Yes, I see that. I see that.
That
ponytail is sitting high as hell. I like it though. Like, I love me a high ponytail.
It was just a last minute thing, just to get the hair out of my neck and face and all that stuff. Give me 1 second. For one of these computers is acting like it ain't got no internet.
Oh no, we can't have that. We can't have that. Well, do you need me to pull up the comments for you?
No, give me 1 sec.
Okay, all right, cool beans. But yeah, just as I was talking about Set It Off earlier today, earlier in the live, like, I love me some Set It Off. That movie is great. I thought every single actress in that movie, even though I was a little tired of Kimberly Elise's character TT, no, she did not deserve any of that money after she ran out on their first robbery. Like, so I'm with Vivica on this thing. TT ain't getting shit. Okay, she ran. She wasn't even there. She didn't participate. So no, you ain't getting no money. I know that you just lost your son. I know you down and out, but girl, you ain't getting nothing. Anyways, go ahead, Jennifer.
Don't tell nobody, but I ain't never seen Set It Off before.
Really? See, I didn't see it for the first time until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So, but it is a really, really, really good movie. Really good movie.
Yeah, they lost me at all of the clips from the music video of "Don't Let Go."
Really?
And I was like, oh no.
Wow.
For what? No.
Wow. I mean, it's
my feelings.
It is a pretty sad movie, like at the end of it, but it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
And it's like I've never seen the whole thing, but I've absolutely seen the demise of all 4 women.
Well, 3. Only 3 of them.
3. Yeah. I've seen it. Well, I can't say when I mean demise, like same thing for Jada's character. She just went off to Mexico by herself.
Yeah, you're right.
She got out of there, but it's like you're never gonna live the same life again. But at least she does have life. But yeah. Anywho, this Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
And Miss Kim said hello, Jonathan.
Hey, Miss Kim. Greetings and salutations, my love.
She also look at this. It's so high. I don't like it this high, but
I
whatever.
like it that high. I only noticed it because of how high it was, but I love me a high ponytail, child.
Oh, well then.
I don't
I'm
like
happy
those
you
weak
enjoyed it.
ponytails that just jet out straight from the back. Like, what you putting your hair back like that for? Put it up high so people can see it. Sorry.
How they supposed to know you got hair?
Exactly. Girl, you look bald-headed from the front.
Oh, Miss Kim said hi to Dustin, and then she also said, "I'm not that evolved in my walk with the Lord to pray for that clown."
I was saying that I've recently started praying for Trump and our government officials and things of that nature because I just want things to get better. And when you don't know what to do, you just got to pray. So I've made it a point for me to pray for Donald Trump and our government every single day, y'all.
Can I go even further on it?
Go ahead.
So when you pray for somebody and you pray good things to happen to them in their lives, I don't know how to say it, but God don't heap blessings upon S word, right? I'm not saying
Agreed.
that he's not going to get, whatever. Like when you're praying to God for the best to happen, you don't know who can influence him or maybe get
Mhm.
something from the heavens from him. Because no matter what, I certainly do believe in the karmas and stuff like that. That's the way some people say it. It's really just how the way works, how the world works
Right.
on this earth. What you put out is what you're given. So to be honest, you might be, asking God to protect him because we don't know what could happen to him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And one more thing, I loved on Tyrone's show this past Wednesday. Got to check out Unveiled Vibrations every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Y'all. When
Mhm.
he played that excerpt of that man talking to that Trump supporter and asking him, is he a Christian? Does he believe in God? And he said something about immigrants being in the in the country, and he quoted Leviticus, saying that this man is your brother, things of that nature. And then he said, okay, well maybe I'm not a Christian, like. Trump supporters
Yeah.
might be Christians like Trump says he's a Christian, if you get what I mean.
And that's it's like you want to believe that's what you are because that's what everybody else around you say they are.
Right.
But as far as practicing and wanting to truly be like Jesus Christ, you're not getting that. You're not getting that because if that was the case, there'd be a whole lot more compassion in this world.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Dustin says, "I love your hair, Jennifer." Thank you.
It looks
Appreciate
great.
it. All right, that's all.
All righty. Hold on, please.
Mm,
Hold on. Could you talk just for a second? I gotta read Bianca's text message real quick.
no worries. I bet you there's hardly anything to talk about. This week was what? Boring.
Dry.
Dry as a bone, you know what I'm saying? So I was that makes me think about, I watch a whole lot of Portlandia, and one thing that they were saying, sand in the pone as in ponytail, dry as a bone. Sand in the pone, dry as a bone. Don't ask me. It's just one of the silly things that has happened on that show called Portlandia. Speaking of that, I think I may watch some tonight. I've been really hooked on Bones these days. I've come to realize how much Bones I have not watched. Like there's so many episodes of Bones, and I didn't know there's so many that I have not seen. And what makes me upset is that Bones and the FBI person, I was
Hmm.
really upset at how they got together. You wanna know how they got
Really?
together, Jonathan?
How?
Child, they were pretty much, talking about the fact that okay, one of them basically said, "Hey, I wanna be with you." The other one was in a relationship, "I can't do this right now." And, that's where it was. Then the girl, she had to I think she ended up leaving him because because he proposed to her.
Mm.
The girl that he was with, he proposed to her because they built a relationship. But he's like, "I'm not the marrying type." And she said, "I told you." Like, "Well, we can't be together." That's a whole nother story in itself. And so one of the lab technicians went to Glory, and she was really sad, and it was a really dangerous situation. So he had her Bones to stay with him, right?
Hmm.
And then she opened the door and he thought it was a killer and he, had her at gunpoint. Like, no, it's just me. Like, okay, cool. And then and then she was sad and crying and he held her, in his bed.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't see anything else from it. Right?
Okay.
Child, how about one of the other lab techs had her baby because she was pregnant for like a season.
Okay.
She had her baby. And then when she came back, after the baby was had,
Mm-hmm.
Bones asked, "Hey, how did it feel?" Like, why is she asking her that? Because I'm pregnant. What?
Wow.
And all of this didn't happen in like 2 or 3 episodes. This happened like over time. It felt like they just did it out of nowhere. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Miss Kim says Meg and Clay moved in together. Oh, that's cute.
That's awesome. That's so
I'm
awesome.
happy for them. They need to go ahead. I bet you the hottie. She about to be the hottie, a pregnant hottie too. I see that, and she better work on getting on all the things. Do like Cardi B. One thing that you gonna know about Cardi B, she used her social status
Mm-hmm.
to continue to keep the money flowing, and that's why she's still yet a millionaire. And she ain't got no liens on her houses, and she can keep her lawyers in the fight for her monies, so she won't have to pay nobody else's taxes.
And I just mentioned, and I just mentioned before you came on that Offset allegedly owes 2.3 million in taxes currently. So
and that's what he's trying to get her to pay.
Right, like nigga, please, child. I'm keeping my money. This my money. Okay, I ain't getting your. That's your fault that you didn't pay your taxes.
As he's living in my house that he wants
my house
to get.
Right. Anyways, let's move on, y'all, because we only got about 30 minutes left. So. I talked about the fact that millions of people will potentially be losing SNAP benefits on November 1st if the shutdown continues. And so Pastor Jamal Bryant encouraged his congregation to help give to those at risk of losing their SNAP benefits instead of giving to the church. And this is so great for me to see, as opposed to what we saw with Marvin Winans last week. And by the way, Tyler Perry sent $100,000 to Marvin Winans' church, and Marvin Winans, announced it to his entire church. And if you want to talk about that, Jennifer, we can. But let's keep it on. Or if you want to intertwine your thoughts on Jamal and Marvin at the same time, you can. But I thought it was so great. And Jennifer, I know you really don't see it for Jamal Bryant necessarily because of his past. However, I have to say
that's not the reason why, but I'll expound.
Okay. But I have to say that I really have been enjoying the way Jamal Bryant has been moving for the last couple of years or so. He's been doing great things with his podcast. He's seemingly, accepting of the LGBTQIA plus community. He had a really good conversation with I believe he was, I'm not sure if he was a gay pastor, but someone in ministry who explained to him about the LGBTQIA plus community. And a lot of things, like Jamal hasn't done anything in anything like bad necessarily recently that I can think of. So I'm just glad that Jamal is doing things right now. I'm so glad that he's doing things right, and he's putting himself in a position to be seen in a better light. And I think he's doing a great job at that. And it's not too many pastors who will tell you, don't give to the church, help your fellow man, help your brothers and sisters out there who may not have food to put on the table in about a week or so. So I applaud Jamal Bryant for all that he's doing to support his people. Jennifer, what is your reaction to that? And if you want to speak on Tyler Perry giving to Marvin Winans' church as well, you can do so.
Okay. For some reason, as soon as I saw that with Tyler Perry giving to Pastor Marvin's church, it felt like, okay, you need to quit asking all these people for money. Here, I got money. Here. That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you're looking crazy out here, and I don't need you to look like that. So I think that's the covering for him, and hopefully we won't see any more videos in the next coming weeks of him, requesting large donations at a time such as this. It's so tone deaf. Anywho, with Now my problem with Mr. Bryant there, Pastor Bryant, Bishop, I don't know.
Pastor
Bryant, thank you. My only thing with him, to be honest, I don't mind the infidelities, the having hot relations without being married and having the babies. I really don't mind that. The reason why I don't mind that is because he acknowledges them and he pays for them. So, I think he's doing right by those children, and I think as right as he can. I don't know how present he can be because I know he's not present, but at least money-wise, he's making sure the children are taken care of. I actually saw one of the child support hearings on the YouTubes.
Wow.
And the woman, she was just arguing because she wasn't receiving the child support when she wanted to receive it. She believes that she's supposed to receive it at the first of the month. And it's like, no, he's paying directly to that state's child support people. And if they take a while for them to get that dollar bills to you, that doesn't have him at fault. So he was trying to make it seem, they were trying to make it seem as if he wasn't paying when he absolutely was. It's just taking the state a minute for have the monies to get to her.
Okay.
So that's how I know that he is paying. I said, like, oh, I mean, hey, he paid. It's like, so that doesn't mean he didn't pay you. He paid the people that he's supposed to be paying. It's just that them people take forever to get it to you. Anywho, we're moving on. My only issue with him is just he really feels performative to me. I know a lot of the good things that he does, they are really good. And for him to have the light and platform that he has and doing those good things is still yet really good. But I don't know. It just feels like he's there all the time for everything. Like I can say, I'm pretty sure he's going to be here for this. But that's how I feel about him. I'm not, I don't believe he's a bad person. I just feel like his actions a lot of times are performative to me. Like even down to the conversation about whether a sage smoke is of the devil and stuff, like having those kind of conversations, like what are we doing here? That's it. It just, once again, feels performative. But what he has done is something that I believe everybody should do and be on their platform talking about it. Because you want to know what I saw earlier today, Jonathan?
What?
A lot of white evangelicals upset at the Church of Satan giving out food.
What? Wow.
It's like why would you be upset at that? You're certainly not doing it.
Okay, I was about to say, what are you doing?
So, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm just not here for him. That's all.
Gotcha. The way you feel about Jamal Bryant being performative, I feel the exact same way about Benjamin Crump. To be honest, I really got tired of seeing him being involved in every single civil rights type of case.
Okay.
I got so tired. Is he doing a great thing? Sure, absolutely. Yes, he is fighting for our rights. However, why is it that every time something bad happens to the Black community, only you are the lawyer representing the family? And to me, he does not have the best speech. To me, I'm just honestly surprised. I don't want to say that. Anyways, when we're talking about lawyers, I want to see somebody like Johnnie Cochran, someone who's confident in everything that they're saying. And sometimes when he speaks, it doesn't seem like he knows what to say in the moment.
I guess. Sometimes
right. Possibly not the best verbiage for what it is that he needs to get out. Whatever that case might be, it got tiresome for me after a while. So I was about to bring Bianca in. Thank you so much for coming back, Bianca. So Bianca, I just spoke on Jamal Bryant telling his congregation to instead of giving to the church, to help out those who will be losing their SNAP benefits. And I just wanted to, Jennifer, go ahead.
Is it because you told him to, Bianca?
Told me to?
No, told Jamal to.
Do you remember on our last one when I said that I was going to be hitting up the churches?
Now I remember. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool beans. So, what is your reaction to Jamal Bryant telling his congregation, you don't have to give to the church. We're good. Go ahead and help out your fellow man who might be losing their SNAP benefits within the next week or so.
Absolutely loved it. Okay, absolutely loved it. I like the fact that they're stepping up and that they're saying something. I was about to say something, but I don't want to sound ungrateful. This is a step. This is a step in the right direction. So I really do appreciate the fact that he did say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to help the people. We're going to get them together, make sure all the families have everything they need as far as food goes. So I commend him for that. He get one of these for me.
Absolutely.
I do agree.
And it's very rare that I agree with anything that man have going on. But for this one, look, in my Nene Leakes voice.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca, you and Jennifer are soul sisters, y'all. Y'all are just soul sisters, and it's great. I'm glad that you guys.
I miss it.
Let me tell you, friend. I just had to express how I just feel like he's performative. I am somewhat all right with the way that he's moved after his relationship with
Giselle.
Giselle, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at least
Gizzard.
Oh, Jesus. At least he's taking care of the children that he's had. And I said even down to seeing his lawyer and one of his baby's mothers, there she was trying to say he ain't paying on time. It's like, no, he's paying, but you're just getting a little bit later because it's coming through the state. Right. So he's paying on time every month. So he pays the child support. He makes sure that his duties, at least the money duties, I don't know how it is with seeing them, but I've seen some of the other kids around outside of Giselle's children. So I feel like he's doing the best, I guess, with what he has. It's just the performative stuff to me, always being out there and in front. It's like it seems like it's not just about getting the soul saved. I believe he does want to be seen as well. But then again, it's like I feel like we do need, a leader, but I don't know how much of a leader we can have for him to be. So I feel up and down with him, but I still look at him like, all right.
But things can be true at once.
That's very true.
At the same time, he ain't God.
He's shown a faint.
Right.
He's God. And although I may feel like he should do a lot better with his actions when it comes to his role.
Yeah.
It's also things that I agree with that he does, i.e. situations like this. So,
and also with the LGBT.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So 2 things can be true at once. And again, it's a step.
Hey.
And to be honest, he's one of the most well-known pastors to advocate. Well, I won't say he's advocated for us, but in a way he sort of kind of has. He's one of the only, nationally known pastors to speak acceptingly about the LGBTQIA plus community and not shut us down. There are other pastors that have spoken on the subject rather vaguely, but he's the only one to take the next step to actually have the conversation. And so, of course, I'm going to look highly on that. But anyway.
And even on top of that, though, I've seen him with an interview with like 3 other pastors and him, and they spoke on LGBTQIA, and he made them say it. It's like, so what do you mean? Like what? Like
I saw that clip.
And I thought, now that was major. So you're gonna let them be in the house, but you ain't gonna let them be in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
exactly.
well, it's okay, but they can be okay over there in my house and pay tithes and offerings, but I can't put them on the stage. I can't put them here and put them in any kind of roles. He can't be a deacon in this church.
Right.
And he did it. He did that.
Took them to task, and I enjoyed that. I can't remember what show that was on, because I know it was for a show that's possibly on like WeTV or something like that, something about pastors. But anyways, let's move on to the next story. So former Deputy Sean Grayson has been found guilty of second-degree murder for taking the life of Sonia Massey. I don't know if you guys remember this story, but she was the woman who had a hot pot of boiling water on her stove when they came to her house. She had called the police because she thought that she had an intruder or a peeping Tom or something of that nature. And I think she rebuked them in the name of Jesus or something of that nature, I believe.
She should.
Okay, exactly. I'm going to get up out my house. And Sean Grayson, who was the officer who pewed her, cowed her. He was found guilty of second degree. Now, he was charged with first and second degree. The jury took, I think, 4 to 6 hours to deliberate. They chose second degree. And so I believe the most he can get is 20 years for that particular charge and conviction. I have to say that it's not often at all that police officers are held accountable for their actions while they're out there on the force. Now, I will have to say, being a police officer is probably one of the hardest jobs ever, because you have to make life or death decisions on a daily basis. So I'm not taking that away from the young man, Sean Grayson. But in my opinion, he had no right to take that woman's life whatsoever. Even if he said that he thought that she was going to throw the boiling water on him. Okay. Now that's not going to take your life. Of course, it's going to, severely injure you. I'm sure there'll probably be some major burns on his body if she were to do that, if that were her plan to do that. I don't know that that was her plan to do that. And I doubt that that was her plan to do that, but that's what he said he was assuming that she wanted to do. And so I don't know if she was either grabbing the pot when he pewed her, but I'm so glad, even though her, Sonia Massey's family is a little bit upset with him being found guilty for the second degree instead of the first degree, because with the first degree, he could spend a maximum of life in prison for that particular charge. But I'm so glad that he's been held accountable. And I don't know what the makeup of the jury was, so, really, really can't speak on that. But I'm just so glad that we're seeing justice in this case. And I want to see this so much more often, because a lot of times when police officers do get charged, they end up being convicted of manslaughter. And I hate when that happens, because manslaughter, I think sometimes the maximum, it fluctuates a little bit, but a lot of times they don't spend more than 10 years in prison for those types of convictions. So I was so happy to see this. And I had totally forgotten about this story when this came out. So Bianca, let me get your thoughts on this. Were you surprised by this verdict? Because I definitely was, for sure.
It was very interesting. I am glad that the family got justice. Mm-hmm. And I hate that it took so long for it to have to get to that point, because even in the comment section, I was seeing that everybody had forgotten about that story. And
me too.
It's sad to know that it drug out so long to where the masses forgot about it. Like the person wasn't worthy of their story. I absolutely hate that. However, I can't say that I'm not happy about the fact that they did find justice in this situation. And I really do just hope that anybody else that's in this situation will find justice as well.
Absolutely. Genesita, what are your thoughts?
To be honest, I'm happy I know they may not be happy about not getting first degree. Mm-hmm. Personally, I don't think I would have gone for first degree myself if I was a juror there. I absolutely would have leaned way further into second. And to be honest, like, the max you can get is 20 on it. And to be honest, I truly believe that's justice, in my opinion. I believe that would be justice. Now, if they put him in jail and, he ain't gonna do too much of nothing and then get out in 2 days, like, hold on, what the? But Ms. Kim said, I believe this added to the case. Ms. Kim said that cop had a history of issues in various police departments. And I believe that's one of those things that helped towards that, because it's one thing if this is your first time doing this and you come running in and you just don't know what to do with yourself and whoop, Twitter finger, bam, oh Lord, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing, but it's another thing to have a history of aggressive nature and you finally pop somebody, and for all we know, this ain't the first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm happy that it happened the way it happened. And lastly, I do give it up to cops. Just don't miss none of your trainings, none of your sensitivity trainings,
Right.
you know, what to do with the psychological person, because like I said, I watch those kind of videos all day long, seeing how they treat people that seemingly may be mentally disabled. You know what I'm saying? How they have to up the patience for people like that, people that's clearly have been to, I don't want to call it the loony bin, to the
mental hospital, possibly.
The mental hospital, you know, people that's clearly been to it, and they got to get them back there, and you know, things happen. You know, I see people change in those kind of situations, and especially with them having to deal with drunk people. Some of them have way too much patience for them. Some of them drunk people, but
way
too much, child. Way too much.
So let me tell you something. Jennifer Star McCullum would snap
because they got to go.
Why?
Because what are we talking about here? Let's come on.
I've seen one dude that's at a Key West resort, gorgeous resort, beautiful resort. He was drunk downstairs with 2 big old expensive bottles of tequila, them tall ones that look like a ceramic piece of thing or whatever. One of them bottles of two of them bottles of tequila. He wasn't sitting at a bar. He was just sitting downstairs, you know, just, you know, like, go to your room. It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Go to your room and lay down and sleep it off. He didn't want to do that.
Oh, no.
They after 30, 45 minutes of trying to tell him, you know, okay, we're going to walk you to your room. They walked into the room. Okay, y'all can leave. And he wouldn't even go inside the room. Wouldn't even open the door to the room. Okay, finally, after another 15 to 14 minutes, after giving their badge number, give me a badge number. He recorded that 5 times. I already gave him a badge number. No, you didn't. Give it to me. Then he went inside the door and walked right back out.
Wow.
He said he has a wife and a child there with him. But you acting this crazy.
That is crazy.
It took, though I know the video was cut up immensely.
51 ways.
All the ways. I'm sure it took about up to 2 to 3 hours for them to finally go ahead and arrest him, because they had a black woman that was just trying to gather him and just being, I'm not saying that you know how a stud sounds, but you know how a stud sound. And she was, you know, being real smart with him the whole time. But finally, their supervisor said, go ahead and take him in. They deserving the peace. Anyway, big ups to anybody in the police force. Miss Kim says, I'm taking groceries to area food pantries. I'm also organizing a food drive with a hotel that I use for my committee meetings.
I love that, Miss Kim.
That's what's up, Miss Kim. You're doing your part, my lady. You are doing your part.
And blessings shall flow your way. Miss Kim says, Jamal is a decent dude. His personal life is just raggedy. Maybe. Yeah. I'm just saying, when his stance on some things that seem revolutionary, it's like, why it takes so long for us to hear them now? Why didn't? But I guess he was talking about growth, I guess.
Okay.
And I guess coming from Baltimore to down here in Atlanta, you might want to be nice to the gays.
Absolutely.
Miss Kim says, why didn't Marvin ask for that money from Tyler years ago?
Good question.
Miss Kim says, new edition, Boyz II Men and Toni Braxton were on Good Morning America today.
Really?
Y'all know they're doing a tour together.
Yes, I do.
I am interested. I am.
That's going to be a good one.
I know it will
I'm
be.
interested. Yeah. Miss Kim says that cop had a history. Yeah. And Unveiled Vibrations, hello. He
Hey,
says,
Tyrell.
remember to hit the like button and share.
Thank you so much for that. Earlier this week on Instagram, I saw Drea Kelly, who is R. Kelly's former wife. She was speaking on DV, domestic, you know the rest. She was speaking on the fact that Cassie was a victim of DV. And she said, when you look like Cassie, we pay attention. And she was clearly taking this to a colorism type of thing. And here's my response to that. I get why she said what she said, because, I know there were some allegations of DV with Drea Kelly and R. Kelly. Sure, that is valid for sure if that happened to her. I know that she was part of the surviving R. Kelly series, but I don't remember exactly what she said concerning their relationship. But anyways, we all know that DV happens to a lot of women, no matter what color they are. But I feel as though the reason why there was so much hoopla around what happened to Cassie is because we actually saw it with our own eyes. We saw it on video in 4K with our own eyes. It wasn't because she was light-skinned, because if Cassie was dark-skinned, I still feel that people will have the same reaction they would to see this grown-ass man kicking and, hitting on this woman. Is there some truth to that? There may be. I can't say for sure, but I would say personally, I would say no, because all DV cases should be treated equally, at least in my opinion. And I think that's the way that that the majority of us should think, because no one deserves to be hit on. No one deserves to be violated. No one deserves to have to deal with anything like that. I don't know why she felt the need to say it though, because why separate the colors when it comes to DV when we should actually be coming together as survivors and supporting one another? Because to me, that sort of sounded like a dig towards Cassie. I don't think she was trying to be derogatory towards Cassie in any way, but for me, it felt like, oh, well, she got all that attention and, I got hit up upside my head and, didn't nobody come to my defense? Didn't nobody say they felt sorry for me? And, I understand why you may feel that way, but once again, the entire world saw what happened to Cassie, and it's not often that we see video of male on female DV. Like I can't remember the last time that we actually saw. There was like a football player. I don't know. I think his name was Ray Rice or something of that nature. He played for the Baltimore Ravens. I know that happened in the elevator where he hit his wife in the elevator. So yes, we do see it from time to time, but don't separate victims or survivors, however you want to describe them. We should be coming together and supporting one another as we're dealing with this terrible thing that so many women and men go through on a regular basis. Jennifer, I saw your reaction when I said Drea Kelly's name, so go ahead and let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think she was she was obviously trying to make this a colorism thing, but what are your thoughts on her stance on that?
Well, when it comes to domestic violence, I'm not so sure that I have seen a difference.
Me either.
The thing is, though, I think there could be, but it's like all I keep on going back to is like for missing persons. Now, if it's a missing persons and it's a Caucasian girl versus a black girl, they're going to be posted all over the news versus, a black girl being posted all over the news for a missing persons. Now, the problem is if she would have, she needed to find somebody else to use as an example, because let's be real. Before that video came out, because that video came out, it took a while for that video to come out, Jonathan.
Over 5 years, I believe.
I believe she was getting beat by him, but there was plenty of people that said, oh, there's no way. No, he wouldn't do that to her. There was plenty of people that never believed that kind of issue was happening until that video happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's men and women alike saying the same things, that, they don't believe that was happening, even though it was all written out in legal tender. You know what I'm saying? We were able to see it legally, but that video dropped, now everybody's a believer. And I think that's the difference between a Kelly versus a Ventura.
Right.
We don't know you, and this is what had me laughing. Miss Kim, you got to stop. You be getting me, because I read these things I read them as soon as they pop up, and then I be laughing while people trying to talk. That's enough, Miss Kim. Anyway, Miss Kim says, Drea, hush. We just learned about you 30 minutes ago. R. Kelly had you hidden for years. People in Chicago didn't even know. And she in Chicago. Oh, man.
Wow.
That's a problem. Where his home don't even know about you. And you married to the man. And then Miss Kim also says, we can't defend somebody we never knew existed. And then to add another layer to what Miss Kim is saying, ma'am, it's time to move on.
It is. Absolutely.
I can identify that such a thing happened to you and you're going through it. But let's talk about where your life is today and your journey of getting from up under it. If you're going to talk about DV, talk about you leaving that life behind. Talk about you stepping into a space of self-acceptance and loving yourself again after being. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear why aren't you protecting me? Girl, we didn't know. Just like Miss Kim said, we don't know you, ma'am.
Right.
We don't know you. Go ahead, Bianca.
I'm about to shake the table.
Go ahead and shake it, girl.
About to shake the table because even though we didn't know her at the time, the R. Kelly tapes came out. We knew about everything he was doing at that time. And even now, people are still telling her to move on. It's like she never got any type of, hey, this is what happened to me. This is what happened. And no matter what we are, if somebody would have said he was wrong versus saying, we couldn't defend you because we didn't know you. But we didn't know her until the tapes came out. She was on the documentary. We saw those for our own eyes, and we saw them too. But it didn't get the same reaction as it did with her. And I feel like everyone should have an equal reaction. I don't care if you black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, Asian, Haitian, blue, pink. If somebody is doing something to you that is wrong, then that needs to be made known that mess is wrong. So I can kind of see where she's going from that, where she's coming from. Now, what I don't like is that she's comparing the two.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I like. I don't like the comparison of the two because it's two different situations here.
Very much so.
But I can definitely see where she's coming from because when she told her story on national TV after we had seen it with our own eyes, and what we seen with our own eyes with that one, because with Diddy, I ain't see no. I saw all adults.
Right. Yeah.
But with that one, it was worse because it was a mixture.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand where she's coming from. I just don't like the comparison that she gave. Like, don't sit up here and throw another person down for going through the same thing that you're trying to be recognized for while you're going through it.
Right.
We recognize what you went through. I don't care if I didn't know you from a can of paint. I can say that what you went through was wrong and that you need justice for that. But don't knock somebody else who going through what you're going through, because now what does that make you look like?
Exactly.
I have a question. Now, when it comes to, Cassie, we saw a video of the direct violence happening towards her, right? For Drea, I almost feel like all that I saw of the connection with them two was maybe a video of her dancing back in the 90s. and he wasn't even in the video. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's difficult for some people to connect it. Now, I do need to preface this with, I believe everything that she went through.
Absolutely.
Because her statements were concurrent with what was going on with the other women that were around there, people being kept secret and segmented in a house and under strict instructions of what to do, how to do it, and things of that nature. So of course he'd be able to really be controlling in that situation, and no one deserves any of that.
Amen.
I believe my problem is just, okay, we can't tell anybody how long to grieve or how long to take to, I'm not even talking about move on, reconcile. That's what I'm
like that.
You can't tell anybody how to reconcile, how long it's going to take for you to reconcile. But I hope for her that her process starts to exclude what everybody on earth has to say about it. Because I sent this message to, I don't know, quite a few people on TikTok when I saw it. But we have to learn how to not lean so much into what everybody else has to say about something. It's almost as if she wants us to validate the fact that she was done wrong. And there's so many people that have, there's so many people that haven't, but we can't live like that. And she's never going to find freedom if she's looking for other people that are on this earth outside of Jesus Christ and his homies to validate what happened to her. She's never going to move forward if that's what she's looking for.
Absolutely.
But I can also say that there's a lot of people on the back end that feel like because they didn't see it, that they don't believe it, and they calling BS on her.
Right. And that's why I don't agree
with that as well. Yeah. So we have to take all of those emotions into consideration when we're talking about someone that was abused in such a way.
Absolutely. And I don't think it was her intention to put Cassie down in that moment. I don't think she intentionally did that. I don't want to believe, rather, that she did that intentionally. However, at the end of the day, I do believe that's what ended up happening. Is that, because that's how I see it. And that's clearly how Jennifer and Bianca see it as well. And so I can only assume that a great majority of the people who did see that clip or saw that full interview, whomever might have seen that full interview, I don't even know who the interviewer was, but whomever might have seen that might be taking the same thing that we're taking from it. It's like, sounds like you're jealous that, it seems like a whole lot more people were feeling bad for Cassie as opposed to those who heard your story were not reaching out to you, not giving you the same sympathy and empathy and things of that nature. It's like, I get why you might be frustrated, but we got to, like Jennifer or Bianca, I can't remember who said it, but we got to move forward and maybe advocate for those who are dealing with DV, because I don't know if she's doing that in her personal life, if she's going out doing speaking engagements, speaking about her experience, things of that nature. Like, she could be doing things to bring awareness to DV, because more awareness needs to be brought to DV, because it is a great tragedy that so many men and women go through that on a regular basis. But it just sounds like jealousy to me. It sounds like a whole lot of jealousy that, the light-skinned girl got all the tears and all the support and all that, and little old Drea Kelly me, from Chicago, what did I get? Like, I get why she might feel that way, but it's for me, as far as a public figure is concerned, because she technically is a public figure, being married to R. Kelly. In my opinion, it would not be best to express those things publicly. That's just what I think.
I think she mostly went wrong with trying to take the colorism route.
Yeah.
It just like, I feel like, I'm not saying we're reaching, but it feels like we're starting to reach.
But it was the easiest thing to do for her. That was easy for her to do.
It doesn't make it a sound decision.
But was it colorism, or was it just pointing out, because y'all saw this, y'all want to say something? But what about the people who are getting abused that y'all don't see?
Behind closed doors.
Right. Wayside, because y'all don't see it. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if she was necessarily going for colorism, or if she just felt like, just because that don't mean you can't believe it. We know that air is real because we feel it. but we don't see it. So I don't know where she was going with it. So I would hope that since this is the madness, because I've seen a lot of comments, so I would hope that she could clear it up and let us know where she was coming from, because we don't know if it's because it was just everybody, because people probably weren't jumping on Cassie's end of the bandwagon until they saw that video.
Exactly.
But she's probably saying, why do y'all have to physically see me getting beat down to the ground before you believe what I'm saying?
Right.
Now that would absolutely make sense. I hope she clarifies.
Me as well, because when she said, when you look like Cassie, that's just the assumption that I had to make from the words that were coming out of her mouth, that, oh, this is a dark skin, light skin thing. That's what we're going with here. Like, so like Jennifer said, I hope she comes out and clarifies what she meant by that, because I think all victims and survivors of DV should be coming together and supporting one another, because there's not enough support for those who are victims and or survivors, victims and survivors. There are victims and survivors, in my opinion, of DV. Jennifer, do we have any more comments before we get up out of here, girl?
No, sir.
Cool. So, Bianca, why don't you give the people your social media contacts real quick?
Got it. It's Bianca Edwards on everything, y'all. Bianca Edwards.
Genesita.
Oh, hold on. One just came in. Miss Kim says Drea didn't speak up until, oh, Lord. Drea didn't speak up until the ish hit the fan. She never knew. I never knew she was being abused by her ex-husband.
I didn't even know R. Kelly was married, so I saw Surviving R. Kelly.
No, you didn't. No. The first time we saw her was Hollywood Exes.
I didn't watch that.
Oh, you didn't watch that? I watched that. No. It was pretty decent, and she didn't speak about. And she didn't speak about any domestic violence. Oh gosh, DV. Then either. Wow. It only came out as things came out about him.
I didn't know it about Cassie either until it.
Me either. No.
Personally.
So that's with everybody who goes through that situation.
Personally, I always kind of figured, because of how long she stayed with him and how long it seemed like she was up under his thumb. I figured personally.
Like, I didn't know about the haircut and all of that.
I've heard those stories.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Oh, I knew. Child, we needed to be together as one at that time. I would have told you, sis.
Girl, I didn't know until I heard it. I was like, wait, what?
And that was a time when I was really like deep into conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and looking at all kinds of blind items and things of that nature. And Wendy, that's when, I don't know if y'all know, but Wendy Williams was telling all truths back then, honey. Y'all might have wanted to think that it wasn't the truth, but the truths were true then.
Yeah.
Miss Kim said, I asked R. Kelly in 2023 if he was married. He said no.
Wow.
You asked him.
Well, you know where she at.
Okay.
And he enjoyed being at his home. Miss Kim said, I knew Diddy was putting hands on Cassie.
Yeah.
Like no young virile woman is gonna be like that. Excuse me, 2003. Did I say 2023?
Yeah, you did say 2023.
Jeez Louise, time. Anyway, real quick, wait, I don't have my new name up here. So I'm just gonna say oh, that's funny. I am right. This is me right here.
Yes.
I am Prophetic Fire Reiki on all the platforms. Come and join me. I'm actually doing videos now.
Yes.
She is, y'all.
I found a time to do it, and I'm doing them. I'm very proud of myself. And I even did an extra video today of randomness talking about Popeyes versus Publix chicken.
I had me some Publix chicken on Sunday. I don't know if I think I've had Publix chicken before, but it was mighty good. Ooh. Mighty good.
Can't go wrong.
I think I would take Popeye. I think I would take Publix over Popeyes personally.
That's what I was feeling kind of concerned. Is like, am I wrong? Because Popeyes wasn't doing, but that Publix chicken I had on Sunday, the chicken was fried and crispy. Okay, seasoned thoroughly and juicy.
They got good size wings. Now, not because I hate them small little wings. Like, what? Why am I paying $15 for these small little wings and they're just drenched in all this honey barbecue sauce? Like, I can barely get anything out of this thing. What
But them big old wings from Publix,
and they gonna do it for you every time.
Right.
I just like their regular old fried wings. Just give me some of the fried wings.
Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't got the Mardi Gras wings?
The Mardi Gras wings, they're good too. But I go for just give me some regular old fried wings. Now the Mardi Gras rings, that they are certainly Mardi Gras. But yeah. Anywho, join us on Saturdays for Faithful Warrior Ministries. We come together and pray and read devotional stuff, and we talk, and it's fun. So come join us for that. And I was gonna say somebody else. Unfilled Vibrations every Wednesday at
8:30.
8:30. Thank you. Tyrone's out there talking. Okay, he's talking to the people, he's talking to the masses, and if you stick around till about 10 something, you may hear a little saxophone too. It's really great. I don't know if he's watching. I hope he's not. So, because I'm gonna spill his tea. Like he's been getting into the music. Like after he was finished with his show, he's just out here in the studio until he shut it down at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, he's doing it.
That's awesome. And I love his studio background during his show. I told him that this past Wednesday. I don't know if that's always been his background, but I just noticed it this past Wednesday.
So. Oh, he switches it up sometimes. So yeah, that's one of his good ones.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonatanLee07. Thank y'all so much for joining us, Dustin and Miss Kim in the comments. I love you guys for watching. Anybody else watching the rewatch, I love you guys for watching. Be sure to join me on Monday with Dustin for my 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After review. Also, please be sure to join me next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces for our Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. Love you guys once again. Jennifer, you taking us out of here?
Of course, every time.
Wonderful. Y'all have a wonderful